Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Sagittarius. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your second week of March 2021. And just a quick heads up for all of you Patreon pledgers out there, the Patreon bonus astrology report is up. And I'm doing things a little bit differently. Instead of doing like the big long live, I actually just record the video, and then I have on screen a list of all the signs and what areas of their chart are being affected by the aspects I talk about there. And then as I go through the report and, I go real deep and all over the place, you can actually, then relate that back to what sign you're looking at and what areas of life that's affecting there for that sign. So if you're interested in checking that out, of course, you can open up the down bar below and go have a look-see. But what is going on when it comes to the astrology I want to talk about in this video? Well, in this video, I want to talk about an aspect that's going to be with us for a few weeks. And that is because we've got Mars recently moved into Gemini, the sign that is actually your 7th house, right? Partnerships, closest one-on-one connections, boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, the husband, wife, roommate, all the people you spend your closest one-on-one time with and have your closest one-on-one relationships with, forming a very supportive sextile to Chiron in Aries, your 5th house of love, romance, partnerships, your relationships with your kids, because it does also rule parenting and parenthood, and anything that you're trying to birth into the world. Now, Mars is the planet of action, energy, passion, the divine ascended masculine, problem solving. And Chiron is sort of like our wounds, right? People say the wounded healer. I say our baggage. It's the stuff that maybe has registered on our consciousness that we need to clear and dissolve if we're going to have the best life possible. And with Mars sextile to Chiron, it looks like a close one-on-one connection is actually going to be assisting you when it comes to purging a pervasive problem or a pervasive challenge that has existed as it relates to either a love relationship that you are in, or maybe the pursuit of love, or a chronic problem in relationships that you've tended to have, or possibly a challenge that comes with the relation to a child, or something about bringing something forth into being, or maybe getting a creative project off the ground. Now, Mars sextile to Chiron is pretty challenging, even though it's helpful because it's very solution-oriented. This is, and I've said this to all signs, this is not about emotional or psychological fortification or coddling or handling things with kid gloves. And we may actually be going through a period where solutions are being offered to things that maybe we've been trying hard to just live with, that we no longer should be trying to just live with. Whether it is maybe an insecurity on our part, a challenge that's happening in an existing relationship, or a challenge that's going on as it relates to, again, one of our kids, maybe something that is going on in a relationship dynamic, or how comfortable we feel in our own bodies when it comes to how we are intimate with people. This is going to be the beginning of that for the next few weeks. But because Mars is presenting solutions, we are talking about clearing problems as opposed to soothing them. And so it is all for the best, but it might put some folks in some touchy positions, right? But we cannot solve problems or heal just by hiding from them, right? We can't scour the earth looking for a place where they'll never come to us. We have to clear. And this is what you're going to get, and it's going to be wonderful. So as we get on to your cards, when it comes to your spiritual theme, when it comes to, the governing story of this week. Funny enough, we've got the Eight of Swords upright. This is a week where a lot of you Sagittarius people are going to be facing a lot of challenges that have been somewhat perennial, things that, again, we've kind of just learned to accept or thought we had to accept, made ourselves accept, that actually are doing more harm than good, creating issues of stagnation or paralysis in different areas of our lives. Yes, these may not all be internal. These may be systemic. These may be things that we share with other people in the office. We may share with other people in our family. We may share in our friendship circle. But this is something where, with the Eight of Swords, we need to pay attention to where the honoring and enshrining of some of those challenges and problems is exactly what gives them their power over us. As we get on to your material shifts when it comes to your work, your job, and your finances, you actually have the Page of Cups in reverse. And with the Page of Cups in reverse, I'm actually seeing a lot of you Sagittarius people having to maybe touch base with some folks with regards to a financial or professional matter where you're getting a lot of offers, you're getting a lot of gifts, a lot of propositions put on the table, but they don't seem to be hitting the spot. And I'm not sure if this might be something that just needs to be renegotiated, or this is a lot of positive attention we just don't want for ourselves. Maybe we're kind of feeling like we're getting a lot of incentive or a lot of praise to do things we don't want to do anymore, even though the money's there, again, the good fortune's there. With the Page of Cups reversed, I don't feel like this has to be a bad week, but you do want to make sure that you can help other people learn how to treat you well professionally and financially. Because sometimes with the Page of Cups reversed, yeah, it might feel like somebody's trying to buy our love, buy our loyalty, bribe us, pressure us with dangling goodies in front of us that they will give us, carrot on a stick treatment. We can get that carrot. We can get all of it. But with the Page of Cups reversed, it's really going to be important for you Sagittarius people to make sure that you don't set any precedents you don't want to go on. All right, so being firm in your interviews and your negotiations when you're talking to clients and customers, making sure that even if you are negotiating, you're not caving in. As we get on to your community, your friends, relatives, other people in your life, you've got the Six of Cups upright. And I am seeing a lot of you actually getting a chance to get reacquainted with somebody from your past. With the Six of Cups upright, I do feel like it's very much kind of like the Sun card that the Scorpio people got. I do feel like you're getting a chance to either reacquaint yourself with somebody from your past or possibly even get a chance to reacquaint yourself with an activity or even a place that you would consider to be a loving home or home away from home, maybe an activity that you feel very at home with. Because the Six of Cups is giving you something back that you can, of course, go and reclaim if you want. I'm also seeing with the Six of Cups upright some happy returns and happy reunions from maybe friends or relatives that have, you've been out of touch with for some time. And some of you may be even finding that if you're not out of touch with some of these relations or some of these connections, the connections that are present are going back to better times of relating to one another, better ways of relating to one another, taking a friendship or a family relationship back to when it was at its best, and doing some healing by back engineering it. As we go on to your challenge this week, you do have the World card in reverse. And with the World reversed, it's important to see, yes, where certain things need to be done over again, where certain things maybe do not need to be finished, accepted, or completed as is, and where things can actually be done better than we think. Because with the World card reversed, I am seeing a lot of do-over opportunities, a lot of life do-over opportunities, connection over do-over opportunities, And with the World card reversed, this is working for you. This is actually something that is giving you a chance to, maybe wiggle out of some things that you thought you were stuck with that Eight of Swords upright. Is there anything that we kind of left behind in a fashion that really isn't a reflection of how much we care, how much we liked it? Is there something that we kind of wished we didn't leave prematurely, or we thought we ran away from prematurely, or an aspect of our career that we wish we stayed with? The World card reverse is giving us a chance to go through and do that work. As we get on to your love and romance and partnerships card, you do have the Hermit reversed. And I do see that a lot of you Sagittarius people are, for those of you who are single and available to somebody new, I wonder if maybe there's something happening where a friend or maybe an old coworker, an old peer. I don't feel like this is an ex. I feel like this is somebody that we've known. It's a familiar face coming out of the woodwork that could actually be a good romantic potential. I feel as though your origin story with them is platonic, though. Like, this is like, okay, I had a crush on this person, back in university, and I used to just like stare at them from across the room, or a bit of office tension, that kind of thing. The Hermit card reversed is bringing, or maybe somebody from the old neighborhood, right? The Hermit card reversed is bringing this back around for a bit of a retry. Now, it may not go far back in time. This could be, just a little bit, right? Oh, I never really got to get to know that person. Oh, yeah, that was my friend's, older sibling. God, they were cute. Oh, yeah, I saw you, but you were with them that time. The Hermit card reversed. Availability now. As we get on to those of you who are currently coupled, the Hermit reversed is indicating a partner is actually going to be starting to embrace things that they've only shared with you in private more publicly about themselves. And you may be also learning some things about your partner and how deep things run for them in a way that we did not necessarily know. It's like a partner coming out about a lot of stuff that is completely changing the social atmosphere around them for the better. If there are things that you've been encouraging them to come out about, if there's things that you've been maybe pushing them to do, things they've been afraid to try, maybe it's taking a risk when it comes to their job, or sharing their spiritual beliefs, or, what they really want from a certain friendship, or taking something in a certain direction. The Hermit card reverse is indicating they're finally doing that. They're finally coming out with that. And the cool thing with that Hermit reversed is that it is also changing the dynamic of this relationship to be one that feels a lot more smooth. There doesn't seem to be a lot of bumps in our own dialogue, right? Because now that our partner is living more freely and consistently, so can our relationship feel and flow more freely and consistently. So that is what I've got for you, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.